In 2019, I've more than doubled my traffic to neilpatel.com compared to 2018. It wasn't a complicated strategy that got me here, but it was 5 simple strategies and relentless executing that helped me get the results. And today, I'm gonna break them down for you. Hi everyone, I'm Neil Patel, and today I'm gonna break down the winning strategies behind my 238% traffic growth in 2019. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe to this channel. And if you're on YouTube, click the alert notification. That way, as I release more content like this, you'll get notified. So the first strategy I have for you, pillar pages and content clusters. Look, the old way, people used to just create 10, 20, 30, 40 articles on the same topic over and over again. Now, Google doesn't want to continually rank 50 different articles on SEO. And when you have 50 articles on your site on SEO or dog food or whatever the topic it is, it confuses them and be like, wait, which one should we rank? They're all competing for the same terms. They're all linked to each other. They all have backlinks. Instead, you want to use pillar pages and content clusters. Here's what I mean by this. Go check out the Beginner's Guide to SEO by Moz. This guide has a main introduction to SEO, and then it breaks down all the subsections of SEO, and then they link to it. And those subsections link back up to that main topic on SEO. And can you guess who ranks #1 for the term SEO on Google? At least in the United States, it's Moz. That's how effective that strategy is. And then you're probably thinking, hey Neil, but these content things change over time. What should I do? Well, that gets me into strategy #2. I currently only write 4 blog posts a month, sometimes 5 if there's 5 weeks in a month. And yes, it's me writing that content. But you know what? I have a team of 3 people that update 90 articles a month in total. In other words, each person is doing roughly 30 articles a month. So I'm writing 4 to 5 articles a month. My team is updating 90 articles a month. Updating old content is providing me more traffic gains than writing new content. And when you have content, let's say on SEO or whatever it may be, you can have your team continually update it. So that's the same reason why Wikipedia continually does well, because people are constantly updating the old articles and making them better and more thorough as well. If you do that and you spend more time doing that, it will help you generate more traffic. This was one of my biggest gains. The third strategy I have for you, land and expand. Look, no matter how good you are at SEO, no matter how much content you create, there's no guarantee that that article is going to rank well. I've created some pieces of content done really well with SEO, and I've created other pieces of content that I thought would do well, but Google just doesn't rank them and people just don't like them. So here's my recommendation to you, and this is what I call the land and expand. When you throw content out there, naturally some does better than others. Take the pieces of content that do really well, take those pieces of content, look at Google Search Console. In Google Search Console, you'll see all the keywords that drive traffic to that page. Now, I want you to then take those keywords and see which ones are related to your article. And then what I want you to do is expand your content and make sure that you're including all of those keywords within the content where it makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, don't stuff them in. But if it makes sense to add that keyword in a title tag because it's more relevant to audience and it makes the title better or a meta description, go and do that. If it makes sense to add a few more paragraphs with some of these new words because it makes your article more thorough and provides more value to the user, go and do that. In addition to that, now that you have these keywords, go to Ubersuggest, type them in, and go look at the keyword ideas report. It'll show you all the other related keywords. Some of these keywords you should also be including in your article if it makes sense to expand your article into these areas. If it doesn't, don't do it. But if it's beneficial to the user, and I can't emphasize user first because you need to put them first, go and do it. If it makes sense for a search engine but not a user, do not do it. It's all about putting the user first. And when you do that, you're expanding your content. See, Google already likes this article. Users already like it. And that's why Google likes this, because people enjoy reading it, linking to it, sharing it. So when you expand it and you make it better for users, in theory, you'll see that the article will not just rank better for those terms, but also all the other similar terms out there. Now, the fourth strategy I have for you, going international, aka international expansion. You look at neilpatel.com, I'm crushing most of my competitors when it comes to traffic. Am I better at marketing them? No, I'm not saying that. Do I have a better product or service or better content? No, I'm not saying that either. But you know what I did? Years ago, I was talking to one of my friends who works at Google, and she gave me this really good piece of advice. She's like, Neil, the majority of the people who use Google don't search in English. They don't speak English. You should consider translating your content, transcribing it to other regions. So I started with Brazil, then I went into all of Latin America with Spanish, and then I started getting to German, French, Italian, and I have so many languages I don't even count anymore. And by doing this, all these people from all these regions can now come to my site and read content. Sure, I may not have as much content as English, but it's driving a ton of traffic. So much so that the United States makes up less than 25% of my traffic. That's the power of going international. Expand. It's a wide open field, less competition. You don't deal with as many algorithm updates, not because Google's not making the algorithm updates. It's more so you just have less competition, so when they make an algorithm update, you still rank at the top. And if you do that, you'll quickly notice within months of doing this, you'll start getting a ton of traffic from all these other regions. The fifth strategy, build an amazing popular tool on your website. Look, tools is a new form of content marketing. Ubersuggest is the #1 traffic section of the Neil Patel website. A lot of you have used it, a lot of you haven't. It's a tool, works well. Now you're probably wondering, Neil, I can't afford to do what you did with Ubersuggest. That's fine, don't do that. But what you can afford to do, I don't care what country you're in, everyone can afford this. You go to Code Canyon. Code Canyon is a site that has tools on almost every single industry out there. You can find tools for like $10, pop it on your site, put your name on it, which you're allowed to do through Code Canyon, and you can get traffic from a tool. I did this with my old site, QuickSprout, worked really well. I did this with my first, or technically not my first, my second website ever called ACS, which was my original marketing ad agency, and I did an SEO analyzer, and it worked really well too. So if you just add a tool to your site, you'll get a ton of extra traffic, and I kid you not, it's the most viral and the easiest traffic you'll get is from a tool. Thank you for watching. If you need help growing your traffic, check out my ad agency, Neil Patel Digital. If you have a question, leave a comment. If you enjoyed the video, like it, share it, subscribe to the channel. Again, thanks for watching.